Good morning, everyone. Well, afternoon, and welcome back to game dev stuff. So, I had a near heart attack because the game's not supposed to look like this, but luckily I realized it's actually just the nav mesh, and I set it to night, so there we go. So, I made some progress. Whoop. So, the doors now open when only you're in the hitbox. There we go. It's still a little finicky. I believe I'm going to actually change the system, where I'm not going to do player inbox, but I'm going to do a Minecraft style, where there's actually going to be like a range of your arm. And so instead of being in the hitbox to activate it, you just look at it at a certain range and it'll activate. Because here, I feel like it should be able to open, but you have to get like right there. Like this. I'm not sure why it also struggles. So funnily enough, it seems to function better if you click from the side like this. I don't know why, but it's more consistent that way. And then, let's see. This up. So we got more torches in here. I added like this rickety staircase system just so I could actually get up to the second floor because I adapted the jump height to be more natural. Ooh. I was looking at those, corner fuzzies. Not sure why. And then I expanded the balcony out because it was blocking the stairs. Let's see, anything else I need to show? Oh, right, pickup. I haven't done any work on the pickup, so it just kind of just sits here for now. So I think I did show my weather stuff before. Dang, with this royalty-free ambient, hopefully royalty-free music, it makes the game feel way more alive, actually. I'll have to start looking into royalty-free game music. Is this still not? Yeah, I gotta fix that. I'm curious, can we still do the parkour run? I'm still very fast. Honestly, can I still do the parkour race even though I can't jump as high now? Dun 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 dun. Parkour! Nope. Just slammed straight into the wall. Okay. So it is nice. Is the torch affected by light? Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh, hello, little buddy. Yep. Yep. Right, we need to get his moving state working again. So, like, he'll actually do his little walk animation. Oh, you're still here, stabbing me in the crotch, as usual. Yeah, so... I think maybe I'll have it so that if they see you, they'll get like they'll have a detection radius around them. So when they see you, that gets turned on, so that way, when you get close, they'll always know you're there because they saw you once. It seems like he's able to see me now, even when I'm in the air, too. I'm not jumping nearly as high as I was before. Yeah, if you just jump over them, usually it'll break their tracking. Whoop. Aha, we lost him. And whoop! Dang, I thought we could leave him in there. Alright, Oh, man. I think I'm getting sick, which really sucks, because spring break is next weekend. I got plans to go to the hot springs. with some friends, and hopefully someone who wants to be more than friends at one point. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Maybe, I don't know. Relationships are scary. Ugh. Sorry, I'm gonna be sniffling a lot of it. Okay, so that's all. That's all the updates so far. Oh, somehow that got rotated. Away with you. Okay, so as the stream implied, I wanted to do more of a art stream today. So I've been working on like the interactables is what I'm calling them. So there's gonna be stuff like the crafting bench. Let's see. So there's gonna be basic chest, furnace, kind of like a bed. These are just like very, very basic stuff right now. I'll think of all the stuff I want to actually go in there. Like, I want to have more basic furniture stuff too, like just a chair and things. So I think, yeah, okay, you're not colored yet. Get a base color in there. What's more like plank of wood color? Okay, let's go with this. Okay. Shade darker. I actually think like the lake should be thicker. Yeah, that looks better. It sounds like, I think I already said it, but it sounds very Skyrim-esque music. It kind of looks like a hammer. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Okay, is this Skyrim music? It's like, it's really feeling like Skyrim music, and I just made a phallic object. Let's do that. Maybe just... maybe... it just looks fine. Let's get some stained wood on this handle. Alright, now let's go here. Let's grab... Oh, grab that. There we go. I kind of wish, like, when you clicked off something, it showed me, like, the whole images. Because it does it by layer. Which makes it kind of confusing to be like, oh, well, what's this? Oh, that's the chest. I will have. It's a debate on how much of this I want flat 2D and how much of this I want to be like 3D, because, like, you know, the houses are flat 2D kind of stuff. But like, see, like the trees are. Well, I guess very few things are actually going to be pure flat 2D, where like this is, where it always faces the camera. Oh, I forgot I have it like infinite jump. Okay, enough messing around. Okay, so I'm trying to think what other. Hold on. I made a design document, which is funny because I used to think you'd never use those when I was taking the, you know, like the design classes. Whoever does this. Midterm documents, technology ethics. That's probably in my other Google account. Okay, so we need. Anvil. So here's all the jobs I have so far that I have like written down to work on. So I have blacksmith, court mage, adventurer, tavern, inn, mine, woodcutter, forester, engineer, guard. Then there's different versions, like there's knight, pikeman, archer, mage, priest. I have mine in there twice. Oh right, a miner and oh, those are the. Okay, I see what I went wrong there. Building system levels, building states. So, anvil. Let's do that one next. Let's turn off onion skinning because we don't need that for this. At least not yet. Let's go. Get away. Okay. Anvils have like a little horn on the back and then. Let's go here. Let's copy this. They have like a reverse horn on the front. And they have a little dip right here. It's a hard dash down. That looks like an anvil. I'd anvil on that. It's like a dark... that. And make this look all beat up. Darker for the underside. There we go. Let's actually add some variation to these. There we go. It's amazing how much like a slight change in color actually makes it feel. Let's go grab that. Like it kind of works. I say we keep it. So that's anvil. Right now, court mage. Let me update this. Okay, so a mine is a building. Go innkeeper. Tavern what? Tavern owner, I guess. Or innkeeper. Move mine. Forester. Oh, right. Hunter. I guess we might just like make it generic and have like farmers look over livestock and animals. I think that'd make sense. I mean, farmhand, I guess. So I guess there can be like a main farmer, and then as you upgrade it, you can do like, do you want to do more like vegetables or like plants? Or crops, that's what it's called. Do you want to go more crops, or do you want to go more animal specific? I think you then you hire a farmhand. So let's actually add a farmhand list. And okay. I think a jeweler would be good. Like having like the finer crafted stuff. Blacksmith. Court mage, adventurer. What's it called when someone like glassblower? Job that makes glass. Yeah, they're just called a glassblower. Ooh. Alchemist, because I do want potions. Gotta have your potions. Okay. Delver, Guildmaster, Fisher, Hunter, Farmer, Farmhand, Jeweler, Glassblower, Alchemist. Oh, right, like, I'm trying to come up with different names, because I don't want to be, like, copying mine colonies. So I don't want to call the guy who delivers supplies a courier. I mean, that's essentially what the job is, like, you're couriering stuff to people. I think of something else, we'll just call him a courier. Courier, okay. Oh, I just had an idea of... What's it called? I'm literally getting a degree in this. This is actually going to be my actual job. What's the actual job title? Like, inventory manager or something? I don't know if that's, like, medieval enough. It's not ye olde English enough, I don't think. Stock keeper? Warehouse keeper, I guess? Master warehouse? Master warehouse, I actually like that. Master... Oh, warehouse master, there we go. There you go, and the courier would be like the farmhands to them. I don't want those to be like two separate huts. I like, if you're gonna have a building that someone works at, just make, like, if you have the main building, you have to make them build. Then you have to build a second building just to get them to work. Why not just put everything you need into one building? So, that's my first gripe about mine colonies, is that it took me forever to figure out I need to make a warehouse to make couriers useful. Okay. Oh, warehouse master. I have to finish that. Okay, what else? You don't really need a hunter, because you have the farm, and they're also going to produce... Oh, I guess we can do a tanner for making leather and stuff. So, but I guess... Yeah, I would guess if you want rare pelts, I guess a hunter would be useful. So we'll go hunter, which will be a subgroup of the tanner. And then we're gonna have a chef who's gonna make the food for the colonists. You have to come up with also a name, because I think citizens. I think citizens is good. Or like just townsfolk. Actually, I like townsfolk more than citizen. Citizen is like too formal. I feel like it's like, ah yes, the citizens of my esteemed establishment pay taxes. But I think it's gonna be. Yeah, let me up this from citizens' jobs to townsfolk. Jobs, okay. Avistes? Avistes? crud, this was... I should have added a note for this. Oh, I remember this was like a really cool idea. Okay, cheap. Level 4, you unlock Avists. It doesn't make any sense, because Avists... So I do have lore around the game, because it's based off my comics, is how all the magic's gonna work, and actually some characters are gonna show up. But Avists are the cultists. Why did I set that up? Hold on. Why is this called... level 4, you unlock the Avists. Again, that's a cult. So I don't know what an Avist is. Unless... Oh! No, hold on a second. Now I remember. Yeah, no, they're not called... Okay, so, little lore dump. In my comics, that there are characters that are a combination of Folkman and Elf, and when they mix, their god is very unhappy when they did that, so they are cursed to die pretty young. Then another god comes along and goes, well, that's kind of a douche move. Guess what? Now they all have like a hive mind, so even though they only live to be about like 12 or like sometimes 15, they all have a hive mind of conscious of experiences, so they all know everything the other ones know. And those essentially gave them, and so other kingdoms realized that, like, oh wow, you kind of know everything. We're gonna use you as an advisor, and so, yeah. And so the Avists, that's what they're called. Okay. So an Avist, that's... They're more of like an oracle kind of thing. Just someone like a very wise person you counsel with, who's also just like a child. Which I think is pretty funny. And like, I have a few favorite Avist characters who show up. Okay, okay, yeah, so let me actually add a note here, Avist. Which, I gotta update that, because my, next chapter actually mentions it, the first time it actually mentions them. And, I called them Oracle, because I forgot what I gave them an actual name, Avists. Yeah. Also, the reason why they're called Avists is because the unknown god, which is like the evil god, is called Avist. So Avists is the one that cursed them, though, so, yeah. I'm not looking forward to having to animate all the different races. Because, like, you know, I have to do all, like, a bunch of the humans, too. I have to do the Lazdarine, I have to do the elves, the dwarves, the, hold on. I actually gotta look this up. How many races do I have to make? I'm probably not gonna do mixes, which appear a lot. Well, I can probably do a few. Actually, I could probably make some assets that I could just, like, slap on, rather than having to redo them all. Let me check. Yeah, Broken Gates, Articles. Okay, let me see this. Okay, here's a list of all the possible combinations I have so far of, like, race types. Elfmen, Horks, Avisks. Let's see, yeah, Avistsi, Orlufs, Dryulks, Dwarmen, Dwarks, Daemon, Dwamen, Wolf. Because I wanted to see, like, something that was fascinating, like, I want to see a lot more of the, like, uncommon mixes of races. So I want to see what's with a dwarf mixed with a demon, what happens when a elf mixes with an orc, what happens when, you know, a human mixes with an orc. So you get a hork, and then human and elf is a... Elfman is probably my favorite word, because it's just Elfman. It's the one that actually sounds real. All the others kind of just sound like Dwarman, Drysors, Dwark. Yeah. So, Demon, D-Man, Dwaman, which I like the Dwaman. They're fun. They're just like demonic dwarves, essentially. Just the same thing, just angrier and more on fire. Oh, I need... Where are all the just base races? Fantasy races, here we go. So those are all the those are just some of the combinations. Let's see. I misspelled elf, it's Ethel. So elf, oh yeah, here we go. Elf, orc, earthborn, humans, dwarves, demons, Dragmari, which, oh yeah, the demons got so it's no longer demons, it's actually Dragmari. That's what they're called. They taste basically like tieflings. Dragmari, I need to update that. Update that. Yeah, it just still says lizard folk. It's gonna be Lazdarine or something. Drow folk and goblin. Thought I had a different name for the Earthborn. Ooh, but yeah, the Earthborn would be fun because they're kind of like the hobbits of the world. Wait, this is outdated. I am missing like 6 races here. Yeah, I'm missing the golems. I'm missing the plant-like people, which they're really cool, and they're also super racist. I look forward to people interacting with them in the comics. I mean, you have to look at that. Like, look at a plant and just imagine it thinks it's better than you. Like, it's a plant, you know. Plants can't be racist. Okay, so, right. Jobs. Okay, so keep... Alright, I was trying to remember, like, how did I even go on that tangent? Okay, merchant. Need that. Merchant will have... So the merchant, I'm thinking there's going to be like a market you build, and then merchants show up and set up shop there, and then depending on your prosperity, you'll have more or less. Because I'll be honest, I hate the traveling merchant in Minecraft. He just shows up and just annoys you, and he just follows you around, and his sales 90% of the time just suck. It's like, I can get that stuff very easily. But anyways, neither here nor there. Merchant. I'm thinking... I don't really want to implement a seafaring aspect of the game because that sounds very hard. So to have like a sailor, but I mean like... That could be a good like fast travel use. Ooh, hold on, yeah. Let's do some Skyrim switch. So a carriage driver. Ooh, and then they can be a tangent of the warehouse so they can, like, deliver more in bulk. They could be, like, an upgraded courier. That'd be cool. So, like, they're slower, but they just haul way more. Then, if you talk to one, you can then use it, have them to, like, take you somewhere to another kingdom or something. That's a good idea. I like that. Okay, So armorer is different than a blacksmith, because a blacksmith can do that, but that's not like his forte, so I think... Yeah, let's add... Oh, and a seamstress. Let's do that. Seamstress, and maybe a tailor? I don't know the difference between a seamstress and a tailor, but they seem kind of... I think they're like, one's just like the male version of a seamstress. Okay, we got those. So all these ones I'm putting out... let me organize these. Requires... what should I call these? Job benches? Let's call them job benches for now. And then... we'll have one called subgroup, which are like the ones that branch off. Okay, so... a blacksmith will be his own thing. So blacksmith... a court mage. That will be a... Court mage will be a subgroup of the keep. Then just put keep. Okay, adventurer. That is a subgroup of the guild. So we'll put guild. Okay. A tavern owner. Yeah, that's its own thing. would make a good... Oh, yeah, well... I think if we go Minecraft again, and we just say, like, their block they make is a... Okay, so you can't see, like, the document I'm working on. It has my name on it, so... Keeping that a secret, but... So, tavern owner... Their item... I was gonna say, like, a keeping book, or, like, a log book, but that's more of, like, an inn rather than a tavern. So, yeah, I think a... keg... be is what the tavern would be. Okay, then innkeeper. Okay, and you're gonna be a logbook. Okay, woodcutter. No, I have to think this through. So if I want to have the woodcutter first, the player can gather the wood and then just give it to them, and then they'll produce stuff for them. Or I can do the reverse and have a forester be the main one, then a woodcutter be secondary. I feel like woodcutter would be more of an upgradable thing, and then a forester would be a sub. Well, woodcutter, woodworker is different than logging. Sawmill. I think we'll keep those two separate. Because I mean, like, technically, well, no, it's still woodcutting, and I was gonna say, oh, maybe firewood, but. For now, I'll put forester under it. Okay. An engineer would be his own thing. He's basically gonna be the builder. But his thing's gonna be a drafting table. Kind of like a table with blueprints on it. Okay, then guards. Those are their own group. I'm gonna sneeze again. Yeah. Oh, credit. I just realized I'm still in Minecraft mode. Oh, that explains. Hold on. Just realized I've been streaming to Minecraft this whole time. Ugh. I need to get some water. Okay. So, yeah, guards are on their own thing. Priest. I'll go into it. I'll go into a church, which can eventually be a cathedral and then temple, I think. So, with a miner, we'll get a mine. Obviously. Yeah, now the Delver. The Delver is an interesting thing. So the Delver essentially plays the role of a... kind of like a secondary adventurer slash miner, where instead of mining, they go into dungeons specifically to mine stuff and get resources. Adventurers go in to fight and level up and get stronger. So a Delver, feel like a Delver would be a subgroup of the guild. Actually, hold on. Guild and mine. So I think for this guy, you'll need a mine and a guild in order to unlock him. But he's mainly guild associated. Okay, guild master. Associated with the guild. Okay. Fisher. Let's see. Okay, so the guild master there, I forgot, I was just naming like what the things they would be. No, so I was trying to write down all their blocks, the ones that are actually going to be like, this is your job area. So yeah, the guild master gets a quest board. There we go. Fisher. Maybe just like a boat. That only work if you have like a lake-based colony. The hunter. We decided the hunter was going to be a subgroup. Be a subgroup of the Mercenary. Farmer is its own thing. What kind of block? I think like a few bags of seed. I think that's how what the block look like. Farmhand. That'd be a subgroup of farm. Jeweler would be their own thing. Glassblower is their own thing. Alchemist is their own thing. Warehouse master. Put that one in. So, yeah. Chef, that'll be its own thing. Merchant. And carriage driver. Armorer. And tailor. Okay. Now they're So far, all the jobs I have are sanctioned out. Warehouse. Warehouse. Okay, so the jeweler, I think it'll have like a magnifying glass on jeweled table. Glass blower will have, I think, just like a table of like glass bottles. Alchemist will have an alchemy set. A warehouse master, he'll have a inventory list. A tanner will have a tanning rack. Chef will have a cooking pot. The merchant will have lots. Armor will have probably another anvil, but probably like a small anvil on the table, I'm thinking. Then the tailor will have a basic sewing machine, I think. Oh no, what are those things that Cinderella touches? Not Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty touches. Like a twine spinner? Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I wasn't even touching the, oh yeah, guard posts. Well, I think the basic guard post is what we'll go with because I want more customizability, and if you have to keep like changing the hut type, I think that'd be a massive pain for people to deal with. So, we'll just say it's like a wall-mounted shield. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So you can just place it on a wall, and that's where a guard station will be. Okay. Okay, so let's do the keg. So probably it's more like a mirror. I think that's too tall. It's just another mirror. And I put down the wrong layer. Okay, so grab. There we go. Usually they're like more of like an aged look. Something darker. Darker. I think that's too dark. No, it's too light. Try adding some. Some bands to it. You gotta make it try like it's bolted in or something. Ooh, hold on. Erase. There we go. That makes it look a lot more rounded, actually. Crazy how much that, like, removing a few pixels actually changes the overall look of something. Okay, save. It's going to be relatively small, probably just on a table. Hello. Weird. Let's go. A tan, faded, not quite white paper look. Let's go darker. Okay, and that. Boop, 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 boop. It's like a red ribbon coming off it. Should be on the top. Sawmill. Because I reset my time, I actually don't know how long I've been streaming for. Oops. Sawmill. I just go for like a big one here. So let's go. Doing more of like a Skyrim style sawmill. It's like this big old blade. Yep. It looks more like a sailboat. Oh, hey, Ree. Puppy raid. Oh, alright, it's not the cow raid anymore. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Hope you had a good stream yourself, Ree. Oh, holy cow, thanks for the follow. Thank you, Dark Steel, Cow, and Puppy. Oh, wait, you're a mix? I thought you just went straight to Puppy. Very nice. So what were you all playing? There it is.
Welcome to my castle.
I still gotta fix that green screening. He just cuts off the name completely. You can only see because my face is in front of it. Rimworld, very difficult. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. I feel like I've asked you this like a dozen times. Is that like a top-down survival game? I'm guessing this is a boat? No, I was trying to make a sawmill, but like the Skyrim versions, you know, the ones that have the giant saw blade that go up. I don't know why I'm actually moving my hand. You can't see it, but up and down. Yeah, it was a colony survival thing. Okay, I thought that's what Rimworld was. Nice, nice. Welcome. So today we're just working on some of the art for the game I've been working on. So we got barrel, anvil, workstation, bed. These are just very basic. Furnace and chest, and that's going to go into the game.
Hi, I'm McKay.
The log cutter. Essentially, yeah.
Welcome to my castle.
Yeah, I've been trying to make my game. So that Minecraft mod I've been playing a whole bunch was like, man, this is so fun. I just wish it was its own game. So I kind of just started doing that. And I started streaming the process. So it's going to be medieval city builder with dungeon delving aspects. And it's pretty similar to Minecraft, but not a voxel block system. But it's going to be more of like a PNG. Similar to how, if you played Ark Survival, how their building system works. So let's go inside. So here we have a very, very rough, basic inn. We have different doors and stuff. And my favorite thing is that the pixel art, like the windows, the pixel windows actually work and let light in. Oh, I love it so much. So yeah, gotta fix some holes in the roof. Yeah, very pixel. Well, thank you. Yeah, so this is what we've been working on. We have a very basic pickup system where I can grab that, but I can't use it, and I can't swing it, and it doesn't move, even though it's supposed to. I've been taking a break from Ninja Gaiden due to me fighting a demon, 2 tanks, and a helicopter. That is quite the experience. Let's see, what's Ninja Gaiden? Yeah, and then this is my newest development that I'm really happy with. So I want the buildings to be affected by weather and time. So over here, let me just fly up. So we have some basic snow effects with some icicles. And then when it rains, it's actually gonna be like this kind of like washy, running off the roof and actually dripping off. So that when you're inside, you can't really see too much of it. But if you look out the window, you can see the rain falling. Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1. Oh no, am I too old to get this now? I don't know what that is. Have I gotten old? Yeah, this is probably my favorite house design. It's just very basic. Upstairs, and then we have maybe like a 1 to 2 bedroom up here. It's pretty nice way, thank you. So yeah, there's this, and then so I'm trying to get all the movement down. It's a little bit iffy on how fast I come down when I jump. Also, you're a pixel person, so you can see your legs move up and down when you walk. That's another thing I really like. Can't believe Danner isn't on the Rizzler Sigma grind. Brain hurt, too much dialogue, do not know. Oh yeah, so here's what the... Oh wait, hold on, where's my slime? Where is he? Did he go over here? There he is. Oh dang, my headphones are dying. Hold on a second. But yeah, the slime is the first enemy I ever coded. So he just has very basic, he just moves over to you. That's Sans Undertale? No, but I had a character similar to him when I got the idea. And look, he stabs me straight in the crotch every time he wants to come and say hello. So he doesn't have any... He lost his moving animation, so now he just kind of like looks around. He's really good at playing hide and seek. He found me. He found me. Slime buddy, yeah. Like, I like how he looks so much. There's gonna be a way to make him a pet. I guarantee you. Yeah, he's a pointy little slime. So, funny enough, this actually gave me an idea. So I want to have, like, monster fights, and, like, monsters attack a colony and stuff, and, like, in actual armies. The slime army is... What I'm thinking of having them be is, like, they're pretty weak, but they can, if they get high enough level, they can mimic. So essentially, eventually, he'll have a spear that he'll just mimic because your guards have spears. And I think that would be a really interesting gameplay. And why did the game just crash? Oh, no. Oh, it didn't. It just swapped screens for some reason. Yeah, he's still stabbing me. So yeah, that's that. Got torch, basic walls. Ask if you got games on your scroll. That sounds pretty neat. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. Okay, and then this is, so it's gonna be open world. And I would really, 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 really love it to be random generated worlds. That's a bit out of my reach right now. So current build is just a pre-made one. So we gotta let it load up. I have to say, I really like Unreal. Like it's pretty fun. So we just have some basic stuff, and it's really laggy because I haven't figured out how to do performance yet. So we load in here. Yeah, so it's a little bit laggier, and you'll see why. So this is like, what are you doing in the ground? Ah, he's so bright. Okay, uh-oh. I just remembered, I turned off my high jump, so I don't know if I can... Oh yeah, name go here. So this is the NPC I'm working on. Yeah, that's the problem. So I can do random seed generation. But, ooh. So if I look in certain directions, it gets laggier. Okay, but if I look in others, it's not as bad. So if I run backwards... Let's see if I can get through out of the forest real quick. Okay, yeah, so there's the forest. And then we're going to run over to this right... Okay, there we go. So yeah, once you get far enough away, it smooths out. So I'll have to work on the... I think it's called LOD. But I'm not sure what that actually refers to. Let's see. So I got some basic pathing just to... Oof. Okay. I have a suspicion. Let's see. Outdated H load actor detected. Need to rebuild 40 outdated actors. I sure wish it told me what actually... Oh yeah, so we have... I'm definitely going to change this. This is just like a default... Oh, is it the water or the city? Hold on. Let's run over to the city and see. Hot take, mindfully crafted world is better than randomly generated. Nowadays, you can usually generate everything with all the games. Have some cool set pieces. See, that's why I like having the ability to like set up some stories, like Skyrim or something, or Elden Ring. Okay, so if I just run backwards to the city, we should be able to get to it. If I can just... Yeah. I wish I could find out exactly what in the city. I mean, like, the city's not even that big. It only has maybe 20 buildings in it. Oh, gosh, it's so laggy. Okay, there's the wall. And, like, the buildings themselves aren't too complicated. So, yeah, and so the keep is actually just like an upscaled, Uh-oh. I can't move. Hold on, let me just... So, yeah, it wasn't this laggy before, so I'm actually not sure what's going on. Like, I can't even fly right now. That means I can't even show it. I'll just close that. But yeah, the town's over here. And I still can't... Oh, it's so bad. Is it trying to... Oh, maybe it's trying to generate the nav mesh. Let's see if it happens if I delete this. I should have actually more. Because the nav mesh does slow things way down, and I'm thinking of switching the system. Raycast, nav mesh, get no. If I delete all the trees real quick, because they're not really set to anything specific, I was just throwing them around. But if I remove all the trees, how's that for performance? Wow, it's even worse without the trees. Oh, wait, no, they're still here. Oh, hold on. Okay, so it is the town. I've confirmed that. As soon as I look over there, it gets extremely laggy. Yeah, so something's wrong with their code then. Which is really, really weird because... Let's see, Constructile nav mesh failed to create nav mesh of size 1. Active delete. Log. Audio. If only I knew what any of this meant. Then it might actually turn out a little bit better. Yeah, so let's just swap back to the testing world. So, open level, flat test, testing map. Don't save. Ah, there we go. Silky smooth yet again. Okay, yeah, so basics idea of the game, though. Can never expect something in program to go how it would, right? I mean, that's what I like. I followed the tutorial exactly, and this hatchet should be moving when I walk, but it doesn't. But yeah, so there's gonna be like, like basic gathering stuff, and so you'll gather wood, stone, and then you'll build like a very basic kind of like settlement, and then you'll attract more people, or you can birth them at some point. So I'll have to animate kids running around. Oh yeah, you do have the breathing animation. Boom. Boom. I don't know. I really love. How long have you been working on this so far? I'd say like maybe a month, maybe 2 months is how long. I've attempted this game probably 4 times in my life, and I always ended up just deleting the process. But this is the first time I said, okay, here's a deadline of I want a functional, like I want it. Well, I have a deadline for the end product. I don't have a deadline for when I want a testable build, and I'll do that. I'll do a testable open beta when there is crafting, gathering, and you can call down a building, which won't be exactly how things are going to be. I want the builders to actually build the buildings, and I just be like, house here, and then building. It's actually going to be like this is a lot more work for me, which is why I spend a lot of streams actually doing the art, because I want the buildings to look like they're being built. So if we go back into here, for example, so if we go back into here, so you see all these wood struts. So first, so it's going to be built upon is what the system I want. So like a house will actually get bigger, and it won't just be demolished. It'll just be added onto. This is pretty nice so far. Oh, thank you. No experience game development, though, to be honest. Yeah, this is, honestly, I've designed quite a few games. This is probably my favorite and furthest I've ever gotten. Well, no, I have fully completed one game called, what is it? Cannon Dodgeball, which was for a high school project. And honestly, like, it had a beginning and an end. Everything worked, ? How it should. Even had an animated boss fight, so... But yeah, that was a fun game. But this is my first one where I've actually have concrete stuff and like a good start. Everything else would be like, I can move now. I have NPC follow me. I have custom animation. And then that's as far as I would get. He looks like the Slender Man, but he has eyes and a mouth. Kinda. Ooh, fun fact. I'm going to add my childhood trauma monster in here. So I don't know how many of you had a father who liked scaring you. Okay, good father, I don't know all that, but my family, in our family, to keep the kids in bed, we had this monster that lurked under your bed called the Bucktooth Ankle Whacker. And if you ever, stuck your feet out your bed to go and do anything, my parents told me it'd come out with its clawed hands and it'd whack your ankles and pull you under and stuff. And so, it was pretty effective. It kept me in bed. But, yeah, so I want to hint at that actually being in the game. Like, it'll be like a mythos kind of creature, kind of like the Herobrine of Minecraft, where it'll have an extremely, extremely low spawn rate, and like, you won't even like your character will try to go to sleep or something, and if something like wakes him up in the night, there's like a 0.005% chance you get tripped, and then the screen just goes dark or something. I don't think I'd do like a kill or something, like kill the player thing, because that'd be That'd be like an unfair kill, but I think it'd be kind of funny. So yeah, that's just a random little lore bit of my childhood. But yeah, so I want the buildings to level up. I want them to get stronger and stuff, and like walls will get bigger and stronger. So for instance, this would be reinforced stone wall rather than just a regular one because of the black lines are more there. So, and not everything has a black line, I realize. Like, I think in my mind, I associate black lines with like sturdiness or something. So for instance, like the shingling, they're black lined, but these paper and wood law things aren't. But like technically this is. So, and then this, oh yeah, the skeleton I put in here. Let's just flip him around. There we go. Oh, hold on. I also forgot. There's also this one major thing. So, have you ever, you know, like when you're playing like a fantasy game, and you got to go against this big baddie who's like, he has world-ending magic, and you defeat him. You'd think that would mean that you would also be capable of world-ending magic, right? But you never get that far. So, essentially in my game, I want there to be a power cap at one point where you get so strong. Again, there'll be like resources and stuff that will require you to do certain things. I don't know why I'm on go away emotes. There'll be things required to do this such high level magic, and there we go. But essentially, I want the player to be able to reach a magical point where like they could just nuke a city. And it comes with risks and stuff to do it. But essentially, oh no, where'd it go? Sprites. Okay, here we go. So this is just a prototype of it. But this is what one of the magical... Ignore the fire, that's just an effect I was using for now. Also, like that sound effect, the wah 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 wah. So essentially, the way big tier magic works is that it's going to take... You have to make the circle. So the bigger the ring is, the longer it will take to make. And then once the ring is complete, there's no effect currently. It just finishes and restarts. But then it'd be a massive wide effect. So it'd be like either, you know, instant damage, instant healing, fire damage, ice damage, all that stuff. And so you'd have to, yeah, I can see if I can show you just how big this ring is. Like it's like, I want these things to be massive. Like I want ones even bigger than this, essentially. And so the thing is, once you can do this, there'll be other people who can do it against you. And so you have to be very careful. You have to essentially identify who's the mages, who's the strongest mage, and, you know, kill them before they can finish. And for the player, in order to do this level high magic, not only would you need more of those power crystals you see in the top left, you would have to be able to essentially play. You'd have to multitask. So the way magic is going to work is that there's going to be like a little bar, and you have to keep a little dot in the green zone. And if it goes out, the magic goes awry, and it just cancels itself, or it goes off point blank on yourself, or just doesn't work. Healing, it probably won't work because I think that you just fail on purpose just to get instant heal, so that seems abusable. So we won't do it for like healing magic, but for like if you're trying to make a fireball and something, and you mess up the balancing, it blows up in your hand and you take damage. So with magic like this, if you mess up, you're the one getting nuked. And essentially, the bigger it gets, the more complex the balancing has to go. Like, it'll be the green zone of where you keep the ball in will get smaller and smaller and smaller the more complex it gets. And then if you're a nut job who tries to do multicasting, which is where you do multiple spells at once, you'll have to manage multiple dots around your screen. And so, as you can imagine, it makes it very hard to do that if you're in a battle, because you're going to be the number one target. So you'll have to upgrade all of your guards to keep you safe while you manage that. That is the idea of magic I'm going with. Yeah, let me just reach my water bottle. Any questions as I take a drink? But yeah, I'm happy with how this is going. And I know that's pretty ambitious to like make a game on by yourself and stuff, but like I'm having fun with it. That could give place to a suicide mission though, like rush in and then miscast on purpose to nuke immediately. So you'd have to. Here's the thing: if you start it and you fail immediately, I guess this would help with the healing stuff too. If you start it and fail immediately, it wouldn't be strong enough. So it'd be beneficial to not do that. I'll think of a system. Also, I'm gonna do the Minecraft death system. So like when you die, you drop all your stuff. Cause I want them to be, you know, high stakes when you go into a fight. And I do want, you know, people to use like units or like their armies to help them. So like I want people to be able to be like, oh, I just want to be the strategist. So they could have, you know, low stats or something, low armor, but they spend so much time upgrading their units that they don't even have to worry about fighting. They can just send some in. But yeah, so that's that idea. Also, big ambitions is that hopefully. So I've been on like a Dark Souls craving because Jacksepticeye recently did his playthrough of Dark Souls 1, the remastered, and I was like, hey man, this game seems so fun. So I bought it. I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna play it on stream. But I started getting into the lore and then the world building and stuff, and I went down this massive rabbit hole. And I was like, man, I really love how a new Orlando looks, which you don't know, it's like the city of the gods or something. And it's like, it's this massive, beautiful city. I'm like, how cool would it be if the player could eventually get to that? Like, to be like the world dominant power and have a city that showed that. I'm like, that would be so freaking cool. And so yeah, that problem is that requires a lot of coding to be able to do that and like planning. But yeah, essentially I want players to be able to build like, so which means it's gonna be key for me to find out exactly, you know, why is this so slow and stuff. And I think, I'll be honest, I highly suspect it's the doors. And maybe the lights. Yeah, I'm not sure how. I have to come up with a system where sprites don't animate past a certain point. Advice for Dark Souls 1, get anti-curse healing stuff when you can. Remade the mistake not to get any dropped game. Oh yeah, what are they called? But the huge-eyed lizards. Yeah, I found out about that. Now everyone's like, this is like, because eventually because in the original curses stacked, so you could lose like 90% of your health or something. I think I need to go to sleep now. Wish you the best with the game. Hey, thanks, Thurin. I appreciate it. Have a good night's sleep. Yeah, and I'll just be working on art and talking more about my plans and stuff. Good night. Yeah, good night. Sweet dreams. Yeah, I think the door is too many components, so it's really lagging out. Well, I really have to commend Minecraft's coders. I mean, think of all like the massive worlds there are that all have interactive things on them, and the game runs great. And like Minecraft is massive, like unbelievably huge. It just handles everything so great. And I'm like, oh, I have 40 buildings. This is so, and I can barely look at the direction. So, you know, definitely gonna have to figure that out. I suspect I have a theory that it's that the doors. I'm just gonna talk code for a bit. So a tick, if you know Minecraft runs off ticks, but they're not true coding ticks. A coding tick is every frame. So every time the frame updates, there's a change. That's when the computer does most of its processing for a game, is every frame. But Minecraft has a different tick system that's a little bit slower. It's about, a tick is like every second. Or maybe, I think you can reduce it. But yeah, so every tick, there's a, and that's how like it processes like plant growth or animal growth or spawn rates or something. Is they use that artificial tick, which I might do instead. Which I'll look into that. But essentially, a tick is, so as I was mentioning, a tick is when the game is told, hey, restart your codes and like make your checks. And so this is constantly looking. Wait, I think I just realized why the doors don't work. Oh, I think I realized why. Because there's 2 hitboxes in there. Yeah, see? This is the player detection box, which I think is just set to detect player, or detect hitboxes. So there's a one inside, so that, yeah, okay. I'm going to swap the doors how they work anyways. But anyways, so essentially, if everything is told to update per tick, that's billions of lines of code updating, because it's going, oh, I need to update this, but then test this and this and this and this and this. And all of that is done to just say, oh, nothing here changed. Because it has to run the updates and check and render and everything. So essentially how you get around that is that you have the LOD system, at least to my knowledge, is if you're not looking at it, if you can't see it, then it's not there. It's not actually there. Which is very interesting in VR, because VR does that a lot. Like, if you have a lag in a VR headset and you spin fast enough, the game's not there. Because it doesn't exist outside of your eyesight. Because it saves processing power to not render that. I guess I maybe it will, and maybe it's just the headset lagging, but I don't know, that's my theory. A game dev theory, if you will. But anyways, so I think I'm gonna make it so that they don't start counting ticks on interactables unless the player sight line is on it. Which means, so in Minecraft, there is, I don't know, I don't know if Minecraft exactly uses this, but it's similar to how Minecraft works, where there is a camera raycast. A raycast is like how, actually, raycasting, not like the graphical, but in the non-graphical coding terminology, it's how guns work. It's how arrows work. It's how a fireball works. It's essentially a line that says, hey, at the end of this line, which shoots up from the middle of the camera, says, hey, at the end of this line, do X amount of damage, depending on weapon and stuff. And then sometimes you can curve the raycast, and that's how you get bullet drop. But anywho's, so the raycasting is what I'm thinking of using to do hit detection on, to actually run update sequences. So instead of every door updating every second, it'll be like, oh, raycast sees door. Raycast tells door to start updating. And then door goes, ooh, I need to update. And then, okay, is he clicking? He's not right-clicking. He's still not right-clicking. Oh, he's right-clicking. Okay, open. And then it opens, and then as soon as the raycast is off the door, it's now going, oh, I don't need it to be updated anymore. Okay, see ya later. And then it stops. So the trick is, what I've learned is that you don't want items looking for something. You want the thing they're looking for to send information to it. I don't know if it'd work, but maybe make it so it's don't do checks unless player is X units away. So here's the problem. That's a check. Because every second it's checking, well, every tick, it's like, is player here? Is player here? Is player here? Is player here? Oh, he is now? Okay, now I can check if he's in here. So that kind of like makes it redundant. So what you do is that you have, it's the sender and receiver system, which I just learned about. So essentially, it doesn't update unless the player the player says, or something on the player says, hey, all you in this area, wake up. And then that's when the code becomes alive. So that I have to figure out how to implement that into everything. But yeah, but what you described there is like, no, that's exactly what I did for the door. I was like, oh, if I just make it so it only checks when the player is, in this box, that'll save me processing power. But it doesn't, because it's just always checking every second, like, hey, are you there? 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 And he's not. So that's wasted stuff. So instead of checking, you have the raycast on the player. So instead of having, 600 doors going, hey, hey, are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Instead of just a raycast going, is there a door in front of me? No. Is there a door in front of me? No. Is there a door in front of me? No. Door? Yes. Okay, wake up. So that's, to my knowledge, that's the more efficient way to do it. But yeah, that's what I have to figure out, is that call system. And you really want to do that it's a little bit different for NPCs, because you want your NPCs to be alive and you want them to move around. but you have to find a way to do it cleverly where as soon as the player doesn't see them, their resources are dropped substantially. So that way you're not wasting processing power on something the player's not even seeing. So actually, that's what this... So this bubble here, which I'm now realizing is the same problem I was having with the door, is the idea of this bubble was to actually reduce the house so that... So eventually I want to make pixel art of this house that looks like just like a flat image. And so when the player moves far enough away, the house gets despawned, but a PNG of the house will be there instead. So that's one way I'm thinking of doing it, but just not use the search thing. I'll have to put the search on the player and then have codes that only gets ran as soon as something is out of the box. So it's like, oh, am I in a box? Yeah, I'm in the box. Okay, then I maintain normal function. But as soon as the player is... the ball around the player leaves, it's like, oh, it's not around me anymore. Okay, I can shut down. Or I can update this PNG to be simple and then shut down. That's the idea. So a lot of other interactables, which is what I'm kind of calling them. So yes, we got the chests we're working on, and these are all going to be kind of like 3D-ish. Not sure I'm going to do certain ones of them, because like... Well, I guess if I twist it sideways, it shouldn't be actually too hard. Yeah, so we got the player workbench, got an anvil, which I really like the anvil. The anvil is probably my favorite. It has like the most detail. And then keg. We got a logbook for the innkeeper. And then when you guys came in, I was working on the saw. With a sawmill. So I might animate this to be like up and down, up and down. But right now, I kind of just want to get the basics functioning before I start animating everything. Because I know I'll get distracted myself. Because like, there's no point animating something if I can't get the code to work. So you gotta be mindful of these things. But yeah, this, let's just say high hopes. Let's say like this absolutely like works out and I become a billionaire or something. I have other games I would absolutely love to make. Like I have... Oh, oop, that's just the exact same color. There's a VR horror game I really want to make. That's also based off another comic of mine. Yeah, it's fun stuff, like actually going out and making this stuff. Because, like, you know, as I mentioned, like, I thought about this game for, like, a long time. Like, I've tried to make it multiple times. But I always try to use Unity. But Unity is cool, but very hard to get into unless you know how to code. Like, that's just a hard requirement that you have to know how to code to use Unity. With Unreal, you technically don't need to know how to code. Now, they tell you, like, oh, but eventually you'll have to use CS+. I mean, like, maybe, but, like, so far, I mean, I haven't had to. And so I'll hope that, you know, keeps going. My luck will remain. See, let's actually add a... Let's actually add, like, a log on here so people can actually tell, like, what this is. Then let's have it jump up. So now that it's cut, we'll have it jump up a little bit on this side. Then we'll go like that. Erase that. And that's on the wrong. I do that a lot on this software for some reason. Delete that, put it here. Delete. Delete. Okay, yeah, do that. And then let's grab a different brown. That is not a different brown. In fact, that is the same brown. I don't know. I really struggle with wood coloring. I'm so used to drawing like sci-fi metal that like I don't know how to draw wood. Which is kind of funny because I think in one of my stories, wood just doesn't exist on like the planet, or it's extremely, extremely rare. I think that handicapped me a little bit in this because I was like, I have no idea how to draw wood. I have no idea like what actual colors wood comes in. Okay, let's grab this. Honestly, I love pixel art. It's probably one of my favorites. There we go. So that looks a little bit more like a sawmill, I think. Let me save that. Yeah, once you put like the tree in there, it looks like it's cutting. All right, so that's one more down. So next we're going to do the drafting table. Okay. So this is going to be for the builders. So let's go layer 1. Oh, also, if you ever want to make pixel art, I highly recommend Pascal. It's free, it's downloadable, easy saving and stuff. And I think, hold on, actually. Do I still have? I might be able to show the original art here. Oh, I think. Oh man. Let's see, about live preview, open source, offline version. Yeah, so Pascal used to be online, but it looks like they shut down their main site, and now it's you just download the software, which is awesome of them. That means my original art is gone. Dang it. Yeah, so the original game idea for this game came from I called it Modern Fantasy, which was a 2D Unity game. And the building art was very similar, but it was just 2D. So like it was just like a Final Fantasy style game. And I had so many cool animations. Like I had a character shooting a Kamehameha. I had like character attacks and stuff. I had probably like a good 30 NPCs drawn and animated on it. Oh, now I'm sad it's gone. But anyways, I wanted to show it, but the website's gone. So let's go. This. So I'm thinking this is going to be like a kind of like a drawing table. So like this, and then like that. Let's make it a little bit wider. That. That. And black. There we go. Okay. Then we'll do a. So I know this isn't historically accurate, but we're going to just do some modern day blueprint blue. Oh my gosh, is that where the word blueprint comes from? Yeah, blueprint. Oh, I get it now. Okay. So let's do like a blueprint on here. Like that. Okay, then let's see. I feel like the builder would like build himself a nicer desk. Like it'd look a bit nicer and more supported. So let's go with like a darker, more sturdy looking wood. Yep, now the box line. Pixel art is so easy to like make mistakes and not realize it until in game. Like for instance, if we go into the one of the houses here, I even not even go into the house. See if I can get one of them to glitch. Come on. Okay, fine. Here. Yeah. So I use red colors to get grids down so I can make things, like snap together. And I forgot to delete them on this one, so there's a little bit of red everywhere. I love going into a house. It's so cool. I love making something like going inside it. It's kind of like the same feeling of like Space Engineers, really. That's too like clay. There we go. Yoink. So any of you done like a digital media class where you had to like build a game before, or? Let's do support down here. That. Yeah, that looks better. Like when it looks sturdy like that. Then let's go add just a little bit more detail. So let's add like a pencil cup off to the side here. Put something like right there. And let's have it like there'll be like a candle actually on the table. What I like about this is that like I have like full control over like what gets made, how it looks and stuff, and pretty fun. There you go, there's like a little candle holder. And I put those all in this wrong line. Oh well. Let's leave that for now. And let's grab like a bluish white. Too bright. There we go. Let's see if we can make it look like a house. Little door here. It just looks like a face going, ooh. Let's see, let's go. Nah, still too big. Okay, and then there we go. And then we can have like some like notes here. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Kind of fun. In my engineering classes, I actually learned like how to make blueprints and stuff. Forgot most of it now, but it was cool hearing all the stuff. Okay. Probably got maybe 30 minutes left before I gotta go. Yeah, okay, that's another base one done. Okay. So, hmm. Drafting table done. Podium. So I'm thinking something similar to the I forget what they're called in Minecraft, but like the ones you give to like to make the librarians, the lecture or something. Okay, it's like a thin thingy. It goes up, up, up. It looks like a nuclear explosion. Let's round that out a bit more. Hmm. This looks evil. There you go. Looks more like a podium. I do want to have like evil kingdoms. Like maybe I can just make one made of bones. And then some like very light wood. Looks like an orange wood. Gosh, my nose. I'm not getting up or down with this sickness. Okay. Now it looks like it's made out of flesh. So we gotta add some detail to stop that. Then make this lighter. Hmm. There. 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 Not quite as good as the anvil's shading, but it's not bad. Oh, then we can do like a have like a book or something like peeking out over here. Then give it a dark brown look. Hmm. Maybe not at the paper. What else can I put them here? Oh, it's like, so that it just looks like it's glowing eyes now. Let's try adding like a blue marker or something. Like that. All right, that's the podium done. Okay, mine table. Okay. So I'm actually thinking of maybe doing a board instead. Or like a map of the mine. So we can do like a switch to black. Let's make this a big thing. So go very wide. And go Comes out, up, and then in one. Up, up, up. I think it's a little bit more rounded than the others. Kind of like that look, actually. It's kind of like sunken in. Okay. Let's go here, and then... Here, 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 here. Make some like pretty cool designs with the mirror effect. Okay. Go up here. I'm gonna have like a mind system being developed. And have like a nice little house up here. I like that one. I have more speech scribbled up here. I actually really like that. Okay, so that's the mine. Okay, then honestly, the quest board, we're probably going to just do a very similar thing. And just do a grab and delete. Instead, just have like these little pamphlets on it. So you have some simple ones, so just like little notes, and then some longer ones. Let's have like a guild seal on them. So like, actually hanging them off actually looks kind of cool. So you do like a combination of the two. Yeah, no, I'm not hanging off to the side though. That makes it look disconnected. I really like that. And have these two overlapping. Yeah, I like that. I said I like flip back and forth. There's the mine, podium, builder's hut, well, engineer's hut, engineering house, table, drafting table. There we go. Then logbook, then anvil, workbench, very basic square bed, and then furnace. Ooh, let's see what's next. Let's see. Let's do the alchemist table. So I imagine this will have to be like long for all the space for their beakers and stuff. So we'll go like that. Some extra support down here. Okay, now I have to figure out how to draw glass beakers. Okay. Let me look up a chemist set. Oh my gosh. Hold on, tell me this kid does not look evil, like he's planning something. Like this kid. Why does he look like a little baby Oppenheimer? Is he making like a smoothie or something? The chemistry set generation. ChemC 3000. I'm kind of curious what else can we see here. Extreme kid chemistry. Oh yes, science. Oh, evil kid is here again. Kid looks like he blew himself up. Wow, science. He's just staring at like a lollipop. He's not even paying attention to the chemicals in front of him. In fact, he should not be eating around chemicals. Who put this kid there? Lab technician set. Why are these all like vintage chemistry sets? Like, are there no modern ones? And then for some reason, it's a bunch of drinking cups. Crayola. Oh, that's cool. Chemistry set, we happy few. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, I wasn't really sure what I was expecting there. Okay. So let's do a... Let's see. Okay, so it seems to go from... Wait, no. So it seems to go from like one round tube to then a spiral. Then it goes over here. Goes up and then... That looks horrible. Let's see if we can fix it somehow. With color. Let's go... red, and then it gets kind of light. It goes up. It swirls. It swirls again. And it swirls. Where it blue or something by the end. The spinning process is vital to the science. Okay, that's kind of cool. Then we switch back to white. Okay, now I gotta figure out where all those other ones were. This is like playing Minesweeper. I think guess the right location. Okay, there we go. Actually, that's kind of yeah, that's pretty cool looking. I actually really like how that looks. Let's do. And we'll do some beakers in the back. Actually, no, let's make this faded white so you can tell the difference between them. Make sure that's too faded. I'll have like green, yellow, let's say let's go some corks. There we go. I can imagine the alchemist has like a metal table. We're gonna add just a bit of staining to it. Dang, I really like how the chemist table looks. Let's get a big view of this real quick. Yeah, not bad. I could see myself making mysterious chemicals on that. I love pixel art. It's just fun. I think I like the challenge of trying to convey a point with like minimal resolution. So you only need so many squares you can use. So you just gotta make a fit. Wait, hold on a second. Is this dad? Is this advertisement just like this dad smoking his pipe while his son's just like making what, like a thorn, complete with a chemical apparatus and break a book of experiments, perfectly, yeah, perfectly harmless. Oh, completely harmless. British manufacturing. I'd say, Father, I'm having a cheery old time. Shut up and make me makes me some of that gin. It's during the day of prohibition in the UK for some reason. Oh, thank you. Right, but yeah, that's the chemistry set. So next is the pretty similar. It's the glass blower. So I imagine the glass blower would have a red hot kiln close by. Then a table. Something like that. Then similar to the beakers, we have like let's see. Like glass can be in multiple colors too, so let's make a purple thing. I don't know, maybe just do like a chunk there and then see if we can make like a vase. And see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Like that's like the wood would go in here. White. White, then yellow. Then orange. Clay. Like a red burnt clay. Supposed to be like bright orange. Looks more like a fancy computer than a kiln. I have to work on this design a bit more. Okay. Next one is a inventory list. A warehouse. So I'm thinking like a catalog kind of thing of. So let's actually do. Let's go like this. Let's do a bookshelf. Four. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh, I'll see. I think these little things right there just make the table feel thicker. Then we'll have main book here. Nope, that was not the tool I thought it was. And wrong layer. Okay. Shoop. That. Let's go. Kind of like a bunch of catalogs here. Bigger. Have like a similar wood. And paper. There we go. Alright, I think we might just end there, because it's almost time for me to go to work. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, Reed, for the drop by. Appreciate it, and thank you also for the follows from... Let me just see. See, thank you for following. Alright, Darksteel, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the raid. Oh, dang, 9 whole viewers showed up. That's pretty awesome. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah. The progress continues. Excuse me. I got something I do. Yeah. Bye. Take care. Have a good day.
Tried to play
Bye.
me, but you never paid me, never. Oh no, you didn't. Payback is a coming, you will be running forever. Oh no, you didn't. Until I get my vengeance, I will never end this mayhem. Oh no, you didn't. I'm a mercenary, you ain't got a prayer, you owe me. Oh.